Crazy, isn't it, Chris?
I'm stunned. I'm just wondering, they're having this meeting later at the Canadian Open.
4 p.m. Eastern time.
What do the players say? There's a lot of people tweeting out that some of the guys who are in that famous Delaware meeting where they kind of reshaped the tour,
yes.
Tiger and Rory,
yes.
the videos of those guys getting off the private
yes.
jets.
And
that these guys feel manipulated.
You think?
And it's like, what are they going to say to Jay Monahan face to face with him today?
WTF? What's your malfunction?
Is it a walkout situation? Do these guys just not play the Canadian Open this week? In a form of silent protest?
I don't know, because as you just heard Alan say, that there's going to be, as the amount of funds that the PIF, which is, again, the Public Investment Fund, which is the Saudi money, has to be so insanely significant that the PGA Tour said yes.
Right.
And that it's going to fund what he mentioned. Maybe whoever's just got their tour card, you are now like a 53rd man or 50th man on the roster in the NFL. You get a minimum salary. You get all those benefits. You get your pension starting to fund. You get all that sort of stuff. Or you got to have a few years in, but at least you started. You're now in the pros. And they'll have to fund all of that. They'll have to fund, I guess, as he mentioned, so many sponsors are like, we can't afford that money. So there won't be any sponsors now, or the PIF decides who the sponsors are, and then you're trying to see what it looks like in terms of reparations. That he mentioned how there are still going to be franchises.
Yeah.
And Alan Shipnuck just joined us from the Fire Pit Collective. He mentions how that the team aspect, as he's watched LIV Golf, he kind of thinks is cool and it's kind of fun and you can follow it. And then there's certain teams that adds geographic interest to it. So there's a certain sort of Ryder Cup to it, like it's the European team versus an American team versus a South African team versus a New Zealand team. So there's some nationalistic part of it, and that some events will be that. It'll be different than the 72-hole aspect, and it'll be fresh potentially to look at. And that in order for Rory to make up some of the cash he gave up, you've got a team now. You now own that franchise. And so that's a way to kind of make it up, like a reparations. I don't know. And then the question
is, acceptable if you're Rory? Like, hey, I took all these slings and arrows for a year and a half.
I don't know.
And you're giving me ownership of a team.
It wouldn't be for me.
Me neither. A lot of people are saying this is a great day for the golf fan because now we kind of get what we wanted all along. All the best players playing against each other all the time. I don't feel like this is a great day for me, and I'm a huge golf fan. I kind of feel dirty. Now.
I feel similar to that as well, because it's first blush, and you heard I went all in. I breathed fire on this thing to start the program, and I feel the same way about you. I'm wondering if I feel the same way months from now.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either, but what this is going to have to do is bring these two factions together in a way that they're cool with it. And that's going to take a long-ass time.
Yeah.
I can only imagine it's going to take a long time for this marriage to feel like they love each other again. And then, because you have to wonder what to call it also. Like, what do you call this? Right. This LIV versus this new LIV-PGA Tour relationship.
Yeah,
like, what's it called?
Is it just Golf Plus?
Golf Plus?
PGA Plus.
PGA Plus. Because, you just put a plus on everything.
Yeah, right.
Or I know what to call it.
I don't know.
Certainly, since it's just a shocker. It's a total shocker of a development, and two sides that don't love each other but have to be with each other. I know what to call it. Call it Max. There you go. Call it Max. Call it the Max Tour.
Golf Max.
The Golf Max Tour. I don't know, because we saw it on Max a couple Sundays ago. The Shiv Tour.
The Shiv Tour.
You know?
I'm just really done.
And
I really can't wait to see.
You know, I mean, honestly, they're going to be like barely holding hands together for a while, and then these are going to have to be serious conversations with boatloads of money and a lot of apologies. Like, it's just going to take more than Jay Monahan. I'd love to know how long he has allotted in his schedule for this 4 p.m. Eastern meeting at the Canadian Open today. It better be more than an hour.
Right.
Because there's going to be a line out the door. Because, again, you've got, like, what are the Mark Hubbards, Rich Eisen Show favorite? Right. Mark Hubbard.
Our guy.
Like what when he's talking about, I don't have child care sometimes. I need that. You know, what does this mean for him?
When are we going to hear from Tiger and Rory and...
Well, the U.S. Open is here in town next week.
It's going to be absolutely insane.
Next week. I'm already seeing signs all over L.A. for, like, parking. And by the way, miles away from the course, I might add.
$500. Exactly.
I mean...
It's going to be crazy.
Wow. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.